Hi everybody, welcome to Dancingluna Tarot. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Taurus, so we're not really directing it towards, love or career or anything. We're just going to be open to whatever comes out. Any advice that Taurus needs to hear right now, whatever comes through is what we will talk about. Okay, this is for my Taurus people. Just gonna go one more time so we can get a nice clean reading. And these are general readings, so this will not resonate with every Taurus out there. So remember to take what you need and leave the rest. What's going on with my Taurus people? What's going on with my Taurus gang? Gonna get a couple more cards. Okay, this is really interesting. So it looks like Taurus, like you've been carrying some super heavy burdens. I'm just gonna kind of get some clarity on like what are those burdens in regard to. The cards are just popping right now. Okay. Yeah, like it looks like Taurus, maybe you've been like a little stuck in these burdens, right? But Ten of Wands is kind of like this place where you're coming to the end of this road of burdens, but it's possible that things have felt really heavy for a while. And with this Eight of Swords here, it's like, see how she's in a spider's web, but she's got these tools here to cut herself out of it. So I think this might be a place where you're sort of cutting off this sort of self-imposed bondage. Like maybe these burdens have like put you in a place where you've felt kind of stuck. But I feel like this is a time where you're starting to it's like, how to put this? This is a completion of those burdens being so heavy on your back, right? And so let's just get a little bit more clarity. This is really interesting. Okay, nice. Justice. Yeah, it's like you've made a decision. You've made a decision to lay these burdens down. You've made a decision to cut these webs off. These and these are sort of like, this is almost like an illusion of being stuck. This is almost like a place where a person is in victim mode a little bit. And I know that's like almost an insulting term, right? Victim mode. But listen, we all can go there sometimes where we just get stuck in the muck of like what it is, and we just feel stuck, and like, but the only person that really has the power to kind of move out of these bonds is ourselves. So I feel like you're finding your clarity on it. Like you're deciding, you're making a decision here with Justice here to not feel stuck anymore. This is where you get movement. You make a decision to lay down the burdens, cut these webs off, and just go like, I'm done. I'm just done with it. I'm totally done with it. I'm ready to have an experience of love in my life again, of abundance in my life again, and it's possible that you've gone through some burdens where you may have felt like a lack in some ways of love and balance and peace, and it's kind of got you in a stuck place. But this is a time of making a decision to just lay down all the stuff, and then there's also this space of like recovery time, right? This is where the webs are off, and you're sort of in this peaceful place of like nurturing yourself and caring for yourself. This is like a time of rest where you are figuring it out, like how to to get in your peaceful zone, really take care of yourself, do your self-care, and just get better. This is like making a decision to recover and feel better. Why is the Tower here? I don't know, Taurus, like what you're going through right now, but it probably feels like mass upheaval. I just have this feeling that like things have been really hard for you. Things have been really hard for you, but and it's like you've been kind of stuck, but you went through some type of like epiphany moment where you just decided like, I can't do this anymore. I can't stay stuck like this anymore. I can't sit in this like stuck feeling anymore. It's time for me to get better. It's time for me to recover. It's time for me to like find my zone, find my groove, and like get back in touch with your heart. I feel like whatever you went through and whatever had you stuck, you kind of like hit this place of like, it's like an epiphany moment where you just decide to like turn it around and get back in touch with your heart and back in touch with your emotions. And you have like Judgment coming in for you. This is a card of like, so Judgment can be like a karma card, but this can be like where you've put in a lot of love and energy and good things that you haven't really seen a return on, right? Where like it's almost like you're giving and giving and giving, and things just don't seem to come back in your favor. Like this is a moment for you where you are starting to see things swing back in your favor. This is a time for where you've poured all your cups into others. This is a time where you will see a return. This is a time, and I think it's because you've made some decisions to throw the weight off and kind of get some clarity on like getting unstuck and getting some movement, right? I think because you're making those decisions, this is going to be like a whole turn up, like a turn upside down of like the way you've been doing things. And it's almost like a new way of navigating, if that makes sense. And this is, Judgment card is like, this is like divinely guided. Major Arcana is where sort of like source, spirit, God, whatever it is that you rely on, is kind of stepping into to change the path for you. And this is where things have been hard, things will be easier. Where things have been bound up, things will be easier. Where there has been upheaval, you're going to see after a Tower moment always comes like a clearing of the path, a peaceful path. And what's on that clear path after that Tower moment is a Queen of Cups. This is and you've got an Ace of Cups here too, which is beautiful. This is like an abundance of love on the path. So this shakeup, whatever it is that you've gone through, is kind of like cleared the way for you to experience, an abundance of love on your path. And I really think this is a space where there's going to be a return of what you've put out coming back to you. This is sort of like karma returning to you. This is not Wheel of Fortune energy. This is about straight karma. Judgment is like, if you've put out negative, you're going to get negative back. If you've put out goodness and love and help to others, that's returning to you. Judgment is here to return to you what you have put into things. Yeah. It's here to create balance for you. And then Page of Swords is kind of like where you're getting your footing, you're getting your clarity. And this page like has this big new sword in his hands, right? And he doesn't quite know how to wield it yet. He's got enthusiasm about learning. So this is kind of like you beginning to learn how to wield this sword and like do things in a different way. Swords are about clarity, right? And I love Page of Swords because this is sort of like a place of like having this cool new way of doing things in your hands and not quite being like proficient at it yet, but like excitement about learning and like this is a great tool to have in your hands. This is a sword of clarity, truth. And so yeah, this is sort of like the start at discovering how to get good at navigating, if that makes sense. And you have this playing right out into a Four of Wands. So, this can talk about like union and love. This is a marriage card for sure. So this is really beautiful, but this can also just be like balance. And I mean, I don't know. It's hard to navigate away from the fact that Four of Wands is usually like harmonious union. Beautiful connection. So this might be coming down the pike for you as you've like stepped out of carrying the heavy burdens of the past. And so This is just beautiful. Hang on one second. I gotta go let someone in the door. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. I just had to answer the door really quick. Got teenage kids coming in and out. Yeah, so Taurus. Back to Taurus. Okay, so yeah, this is like ecstatic union. And again, it's like hard to navigate away from the fact that this is usually referencing love. So it could be that that's what has been going on for you, that there have been some real burdens when it's come to love in the past, and that this is kind of judgment coming into like return to you something really beautiful. I would say the Four of Pentacles is usually here to caution, like not to hold on to things so tight. So if you are sort of at this place where the love is coming back in towards you, I would say take it like with an easy flow. Sometimes we cling on tightly to things out of a fear of lack or a fear of loss. So I think the Four of Pentacles is always here to tell us to not do that. To make sure that you let life flow, take care of yourself, keep nurturing yourself, keep taking care of yourself, and let things flow. What is meant to flow to you will flow to you. What is meant to flow away from you will naturally flow away from you. And so just be in that acceptance place of letting things sort of come and go as they need to, and like really resist any urge to hold on too tightly to anything, anyone, anything, whether it's money, whether it's people. This card is here to say, like, loosen the grip and let it flow. And what is meant to be for you will be here for you. And what is not meant for you, just let it flow away and know that more is on the way. Okay, Taurus, we're going to look at future a little bit. Like what's coming around the bend for you. And again, so sorry about the interruption, guys, but I just want to like stop the reading and start it all over again. So it is what it is. Life happens. Life happens even when we're doing tarot readings. Okay, so this is for my Taurus gang, and this is what's coming up around the bend. I'm just going to shuffle a little bit more so we'll get a nice clean reading. Okay, what's coming up for my Taurus people? Okay, why is Five of Swords here? Okay, Taurus. So listen, I want to just get clarity on why the moon is here. Okay, so there may be some things that are unknown to you right now. But those things will be coming to the light. Like Queen of Swords is here to say that, like, Queen of Swords is just clarity. The moon card usually means that there are some things hidden. This might be even like in your own internal world, like that you might be sort of getting a deeper knowing of yourself, which is a beautiful thing. And so this is sort of like a great balance here with moon card. So moon is like things coming to the light, things being uncovered. And then Queen of Swords is all about like clarity, sitting in your power, knowing. This is where the Page of Swords graduates into the Queen of Swords. And this is near future. So this is kind of where things are evolving to. This is where you have pretty much mastery over that sword and you know what you're doing. So I think that you're probably still going through like a learning phase of sort of self-knowing, getting your bearings with navigation on like, finding what works for you and finding what doesn't work for you, but you're like getting mastery there. Like she totally knows what she's doing with this sword. She's like strong with it in her hands. She knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing. She's got a good grip on this sword. So she's got a good grip on clarity. She's got a good grip on her words. She knows how to use her words, and she knows how to navigate. This is a very stable queen. So this is very nice, moving from that page into this queen. Five of Swords. So this can talk about like conflict, but this can talk about with like, I feel like this is, there's like upcoming, there's going to be like some type of conflict with communication. It's going to be like a lot of back and forth, a lot of back and forth, a lot of back and forth. Let's see where it's going. With somebody who needs to be right, like someone who's just trying to prove a point. There's an interesting energy. Okay, you've got Judgment again here. Listen, I don't know, like, if this is something that is coming up from, like, someone that you've dealt with in the past. And, like, this is where, so I don't know if, like, that sort of what you've had to sort of deal with and what that tower moment was all about. It could have had to do with, like, someone who you have had conflict in the past with, who is just, like, a win at all costs type of person, someone who always needs to be right, isn't willing to like hear the other person's point of view, doesn't care whose toes they step on, right? So I feel like Judgment is out here to say again that like there's gonna be like some type of dialoguing back and forth with whatever this type of person is. But Judgment is here to say like this might be like trying to tell us like why Judgment is here. This is gonna be like a sort of victory in your favor through this dialoguing. I just very much feel like this is going to be almost like, not like an argument, but sort of like where you finally get to say what it is that that has been on your mind, or maybe this person hasn't really let you like say what you need to say, or maybe you have like just not been able to have a voice here in this situation, but this is where like your words come out and you finally get to say like, listen, you know, this is the way it is, and like you're not always right, and you know, it's like this is where it starts to turn in your favor. I feel like there is like something on the close here with something in your past, like someone that has been like really difficult, or like a conflict party for you to deal with. I feel like this is where you're finally going to be like with your clarity, with your sword, like, listen, this is what it is for me. And like standing on your feet, and like this will go in your favor, whatever this is, with whoever this conflict person is. Like you're gonna have mastery over your words, and you're gonna know what to say, and you're gonna know quickly what to say. You're gonna have your wits about you, and it's just gonna be like, boom, listen, this is what it is. And I think that that's moving into a time where you feel really balanced, you feel really abundant, you feel enough, you feel like you're enough, like you have enough. Like this is just, I don't know why this is tapping through so heavy, but this is almost like closing a chapter, and there aren't really cards here to support that, but I just really feel, Taurus, like you're closing a chapter on something that has not been productive for you, something that has like sort of kept you in a stuck place, that you're just like, boom, you're just closing that chapter, and then what's coming through for you is Judgment. Like through finding that clarity, you have Judgment. Everything's sort of like shifting in your favor, and then you have this time of receiving. Six of Pentacles is a time of receiving what you need. I feel like this is shoe on the other foot time for you, Taurus. You're going to be receiving what you need. Things are going to be coming in for you. It could be about abundance. It could be about love, but this is where it's coming back to you. Like what I was saying before about your cups finally being filled. This is Six of Pentacles is about receiving the gifts. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be about money, although it can, but this is just about like, this is your time to receive. And this is where you get clarity. You get crystal clear vision, and this is like a time of manifesting for you. This is a time where you have all the tools that you need, and you're able to freely move, and you've cut yourself out of that web, and you've got your wits about you, and you've got your abilities about you. This is like, you know, you've got Queen of Swords and Magician here. So this is you being in a space where you know how to navigate, and you know that you have all the tools that you need, and you know how to make it happen. And where is this coming out? Perfectly balanced with you, in a space of being perfectly balanced with your head and your heart. And Temperance is sort of like, this is sort of like divinely guided. This is angel energy, like all over this, like whatever's happening for you, whatever like shifts, changes, tower, and things that you're going through right now, this is like divinely guided. This is where you're like getting it. This is This is sort of like destiny stepping in and like pulling you on the road that you're supposed to be on, and into your knowing and into your clarity and into your time of receiving. And you've got judgment and temperance here. This is really beautiful. I just feel like this is a time of shift for you, where you cut out the BS. You put down people who create conflict and who don't like value your opinions and value your time and your energy and things like that. And you're just putting it down and knowing that this is a time for you to receive. This is a time for you to be empowered. This is a time for you to be able to cultivate and bring in what you need and what you want. And this is just ending out in temperance, which is balance. And that is so beautiful. And look at this temperance card. What does he have on it? He's got two big, beautiful full cups. And so that's what I was saying. What judgment is bringing to you is your cups being full. All right, so that's your reading, Taurus, today. Hopefully this resonated with you. If it didn't, please check out your sun, moon, and rising. You might find like more resonance there. And if it did resonate, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. And thank you so much for coming out and receiving this reading today, Taurus. Stay blessed.